Hey, what's up YouTube? Jason with Dial M Tech coming back at you with another tech review. Today we're looking at the Panasonic Lumix G9. I was in the market for a camera for two reasons. I wanted to upgrade my streaming camera. I've been using a Logitech C920, and I was also looking for something to make better YouTube videos. I'd been using my full frame Nikon D750, but I just didn't really feel like it was cutting it as far as video was concerned. So I looked into see what was available on the market, and two options seemed to be the most prevalent. Either the Lumix G7 or G9, or one of the Sony mirrorless cameras like the A7 II or A7 III. After comparing the two, I just couldn't justify the expense of a Sony. Even used, they were around $1,100 or $1,200, and it has a full-size sensor, so lenses were going to be even more expensive. I decided to go with this Lumix G9 because I could get one for around $1,000, and it came with a pretty good lens, and lenses are going to be cheaper because it's a micro 4/3 camera, which means it has a smaller sensor, which I don't think really plays a role. So what we're going to do is we're going to show what it looks like as a webcam, see the video, take a look at installing the Lumix software, and then I'll let you know what I think if this is an upgrade that you need to make for your streaming or videos. So here I've set up a little demonstration of what each one looks like as a webcam. You can see over here, I'm pointing at it. The one on the left is the Logitech C920, and the one on the right is the Lumix G9. Unfortunately, with the tethering software, it's only able to output a 1280 by 720. So when you look at the right one, while the colors I think are more vibrant and has a much better exposure, a little warm right here, but I think the colors are much better. It doesn't have quite the resolution as Logitech using the USB. That's the big one. Let me blow up this image here, and you can see my face, while beautiful, is a little, kind of looks blurry. And there's a lot of pixelation going on. And if I use the G9, it's even worse. Again, the color's better, but you just see a lot of artifacting, a lot of pixels. It just isn't putting out putting out an HD signal, 1280 by 720, while the Logitech can get a 1080 picture. So if you were going to use this as a webcam, I would definitely recommend using either a capture card, which I use, or a cam link, because I think the 1280, there's no point in using this as a webcam if you have a C920, because the C920 like this is performing better. Now I'm going to switch over with the capture card, and I'll show you what it looks like using that. So here we are once again with the Logitech C920 on the left, and we have the G9 on the right. And right off the bat, because this is hooked up now with the HDMI cable into a capture card, you can see the detail is much better. The tethering software, it works, but the resolution is just much too low, I think. In a pinch, you can't use anything else, fine, but HDMI is definitely the way to go. Off the bat, you can see the details in the background a little better. The color looks a little richer. My white balance could be adjusted a little bit. I'll have to look into that. But overall, the picture looks much better. If you had like maybe an intermission or a chat screen and your face is really out there, like let's blow both these up. Oh, geez, this is where you're going to see, yeah. Like if you look at these side by side, like you can see the details in my beard much better. Just overall, my hair, you can see just way more detail, not nearly so much pixelation going on. In the background, let me try not to block either. You can just see the details of the wood behind me a lot better. It's a much better picture. It just is. So if you're looking to use this as a webcam, I would definitely recommend getting a cam link or a capture card, because the tethering thing just isn't cutting it. So as you can see, comparing the Lumix G9 to the Logitech, not even really a fair fight, but that's pretty much what you'd expect. For 10 times the price, the picture had better be fantastic. Overall, I think it's a great camera, both for shooting video and for using it as a webcam. I would love to compare it to a Sony A7 III or 4. So Sony, if you want to send me one, that'd be fantastic. I'd love to compare them. Until then, all I can compare it with is the Logitech, and yeah, it blows it out of the water. Now, if I was only a streamer, would I buy this camera? No, I probably wouldn't. The only reason I would do that is if streaming was paying all the bills, then yeah, sure, go for it. For most streamers, that isn't the case, so I wouldn't recommend it for that. I also wouldn't recommend it if you can only use the USB tethering software. It was easy to set up, easy to use, but the picture quality is just not good enough to use as a webcam. So if you have a functioning webcam, like a C920 or C922, I'd recommend staying with that for streaming. If you're looking for a camera to use to stream and to shoot videos with, I highly recommend the Lumix G9. And if you're wondering what other piece of hardware I'd recommend for new streamers, click on this video and find out.